Yo, you nervous? Nah, don't be nervous. We got this. We're gonna ace this test. Together. Flow Cab. First things first, you gotta study. There's no way to pass if you don't. Trust me, not the night before the test happens. That's cramming. If you got a week, use the time to your advantage. Teachers don't want you to fail, alright?
Good morning, beautiful Barons. It's hump day. Let's seek some midweek fulfillment today. Feed the soul something special.
Find something to smile at. Laugh a little bit more. Let's enjoy this life.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Clark.
And here's everything that matters.
Hey Barons, it's Wednesday here at the high school, so what a day we're gonna have. So you got that extra hour of sleep this morning, but the bad news for lunch is there's no breakfast. So I hope you got up in time to get that at home. But today for lunch, we're gonna start things out with chicken patties with refried beans. And how about some chicken quesadillas with refried beans? And hey, a foot-long chili dog with French fries. And it's Wednesday. By popular demand, once again, it's a Big Get Daddy pizza with, hey, some more baked beans. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on Friday.
So our theme is the early 2000s, and we decided on that because this is kind of where we grew up, it's our childhood. So.
We're building a hand-holding a first-generation iPhone.
Tim Ellerding. I work for Fetters Construction. We're a general contractor in Auburn, Indiana. Fetters Construction really, wants to be a community partner with a lot of the various organizations in Auburn. And so DeKalb County, DeKalb Central, great school district. We're just excited to be part of that team. And construction just makes sense. We're a builder. We're building here, so it allows us to use some of our skills, allows the students to really take some of their skills and even apply them to the real life world that we live in.
Howdy Barons, it's the boys with your news. 3 American prisoners in North Korea have been released and are in good health, according to President Trump. The Americans were released after a diplomatic mission carried out by the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. The president said that there is a set date on which he and Kim Jong-un will meet. And Pompeo went to North Korea to meet with Kim Jong-un in order to prepare for the meeting between the two leaders. Indiana primary election day was yesterday. Here are the results of everyone who had a running opponent in DeKalb County. Dave Chirp won sheriff, Bill Hartman won county commissioner West District, and Claire Mary Weinbrenner won prosecutor. For the race for Senate, Mike Braun won.
Don't risk getting hurt aiding injured wildlife was the gentle warning posted on Twitter on Tuesday by Arizona's Game and Fish Department. A warning prompted by an incident this week between a kind-hearted motorist and a stubborn owl. The Arizona Republic expands on the story, which involved a woman who was driving north of how do you pronounce that?
Tucson.
Should be Tucson or whatever. All right. The Arizona Republic expands on the story, which involved a woman who was driving north of Tucson just before midnight on Monday when she spied a great horned owl on the road that appeared to be injured. The Good Samaritan picked up the essentially motionless owl and placed it in her car so she could bring it somewhere for help. As she was driving, however, the dazed owl suddenly became much more clear-headed. The owl then proceeded to dig its talons into the steering wheel of the car and the woman's sleeve, refusing to let go. The owl finally loosened its grip on its own accord and bounded out of the car, seeming perfectly fine, and was spotted the next day in the same area by the woman's mom, said Mark Hart, a rep for the Game and Fish Department. The woman was not hurt during the incident.
Yikes. Well, that's the news, Barons.
Adios.
Stay classy.
Hey, Barons. I'm Nate.
And I'm Rylan.
And this is BTV Sports. Last night, Barron baseball was in action against Norwell, with Norwell winning with 6 runs and DeKalb had 5.
Also, the Barron JV baseball team dropped the first conference game of the season following a 5-4 loss to Norwell Tuesday.
The loss gives the Barons a 12-4 overall record, 5-1 in conference play.
The Barons will travel to Carroll Wednesday.
Tonight's events are as listed. Boys golf versus Norwell at 4:30. Girls tennis versus Prairie Heights at 5 o'clock, JV softball versus Belmont at 5 o'clock, varsity softball versus Belmont at 5 o'clock, and JV baseball at Carroll at 5:30.
That's all we got for today. Stay fancy, Barons.
All right, let's get into the weather. Today we'll see a high of 80 with thunderstorms, and the Storm Prediction Center currently has us in the slight risk for severe weather. It's basically a 2 out of 5 on the scale. Pay attention, though, as this threat could increase to enhanced risk. This would basically mean that severity of the threat will increase. The main threat will be damaging wind and the possibility for large hail, but this threat is not as imminent as a threat. Tornadoes are not very likely tonight, but they cannot be ruled out due to the available wind shear in the upper atmosphere. But anyway, our window for thunderstorms will be about from 7 p.m. to about 1 a.m. The low will be around 58. Tomorrow we'll see a high of 68 with partly cloudy skies and a low of 46. Friday we'll see a high of 73 with a chance of thunderstorms in the evening. We are currently in a general risk, but pay attention as this risk could increase. The low will be 59. Have a great day and stay weather aware.
Our lone announcement again today is that your choices are due tomorrow for next year's student government officers. The form has been emailed to you. Be sure to vote to keep DeKalb High School great.
That is it for today, but as we break away, we leave you with some words of wisdom from Mitch Hedberg about forest fires. In England, Smokey the Bear is not the forest fire prevention representative. They have Smacky the Frog. It's a lot like a bear, but it's a frog. I think that's a better system. I think we should adopt it because bears can be mean, but frogs are always cool. Never has there been a frog hopping towards me and I thought, man, I'd better play dead. Here comes that frog. I would never say that here comes that frog in a horrifying manner. It's always like optimistic, like, hey, here comes that frog, all right. Maybe he will settle near me and I can pet him and put him in a mayonnaise jar with a stick and a leaf to recreate what he used to.
That's deep, man.
Thanks. I also know that a duck's opinion of me is highly influenced on whether or not I have bread.
I'm Clark.
So that you don't forget it if it's multiple choice
Bye.
and you're stuck. Use the process of elimination, make an educated guess. If it's true or false, you gotta read it carefully. If one word is out of place, it's false all the way. If it's reading passages, it can't hurt. I'll be like a phoenix rising, burning through these tests, there's no surprising me, cause I studied hard from day one. Acing these tests, I've got them on the run.